Yes, my people. Living in the devil's system of Satan is not pleasant. It's not nice. There's always lack of truth, lack of anything good. You can look outside, walk around. It's all devil's system of Satan. Every single religion, every single politics, every single business, everything. There's very little of the Almighty and his system in this world. Very little of it. And people are scared to say that. Why? It's the truth. You look at anything and you tell me anything at all you see or hear or know about that's better than heaven. Heaven is eternal. What's eternal here? Well, there will be an eternal heaven soon. The new heavens and the new earth is eternal. Eternal works of the Almighty. He says one time evil come and that's it. No more. No second time. There is no second time Satan. After this Satan done, that's it. Finished. No more. And for anybody hearing foolishness about the Messiah and Michael being the same person, if you ever see the Messiah, how tall he is, and you ever... I'm going to repeat, man. I keep repeating things all the time. But if you ever see the Messiah and then you see Michael, the archangel, and you'll see the difference in height. It's there clear to see. If you ever see the two of them stand up together. You ever see a tall man and a short man stand up together? Well, it's like that. But they're both tall men, but the Messiah is taller. No short man business going on. The tall men in the spiritual realm. Anyway, that's that. And it's up to the Father still. Everything. Now my mouth, my thoughts, my actions should be, right, according to the Spirit, as you know it go, right? Spirit of the Father, Holy Father, the Creator. And then the Messiah same way. But you see, if you live that lifestyle, let me tell you what happens in this world. They kill you off. Look what they did to the Messiah. Nailed him to the cross for doing what? Is in the system of the Almighty. He's strong with the Almighty. Strong, strong. No nastiness. Nothing. Pure. Not like black man and white man. Purer than that. Pure. No woman in the world is like his mother who grew up in the temple in Jerusalem. Which woman grew up in the temple in Jerusalem in these times or that education system? No woman at all. That's how many. None. Of course you can have the same education as her if you search and research and study hard. Of course you can. But who does that? No religion does. Secret societies of Satan, they don't. None of them. Khazars that call themselves Jews and synagogue of Satan people, they don't. None of them do. You're talking about a holiness that is so full of love and light and truth. What government can do that? None. People can think it, talk it. That's about it. They can't do it. Think it, they can't really do either. Because if you get a group of people who are sincere like the early church, the early dark-skinned colored church, if you're going to talk in flesh and blood terms, spiritually they belong to the Almighty. But as far as flesh and blood goes, you're looking at what the church looked like. Those persecuted first, in the first century, are the same like how I look. Later on, they become lighter skin, European. Later on, hundreds of years later. But the original church is just how I look. The Egyptian, Israelite, just how I look. So you know it's us. You check anything in Deuteronomy chapter 28, and you know the curses belong to we. Everybody that knows these things, we have to get together and do something. I love the Rasta because I grew up in that. But you see me, I'm not a Rasta man. Right? I'm more Nazarite than Rasta. But I love Rasta still because I grew up in that. But it's not enough for me because it don't go deep. Nazarite is deeper. I love the Nazarite. And the early church was called what? The sect of the Nazarenes. Nazarites. Devoted to the Almighty, just like Samson. All his birth. All his life long. So let's look at things carefully. Government system from the Almighty. No one's doing that. All this cost of living high and all the evil that they're doing. You know, those that run the governments and the banks, and try and control everything, it's only satanic anyway, and it will come to an end. If you want to know how satanic it is, go in a bank and ask them how much money was made from slavery and the interest. How much money was made from slavery? Hear this. When we start to appoint our own judges and elect our own judges, yeah, we select them. We say, nominate this woman for judge. Has to be a woman because the man them too foolish. You take a woman and you nominate her for a judge and train her up according to the laws of the Almighty as they are written. Laws of what? Laws of faith, not criminal law. Laws of faith, love, truth, righteousness, those type of laws we should train up our women in. So they know criminal law is simple. You do something wrong, you're punished according to the law. But that's satanic by nature because it's evil. Evil works are punished by the law. So you have sin and then you have punishment by law. How does that make anything right? You have the death penalty according to the law. 2 or 3 witnesses according to the law. How about we have a law of righteousness where there's no sin, no death, no decay. It's actually illegal to die in the Almighty system. Illegal. Because it's eternal life, his ways. So everything of Satan is illegal. But the world is living on that system. A system that's illegal of Satan. So everybody's now deceived. Because they're living by a satanic system, which by the law is actually illegal. Anything from Satan is illegal. Illegal. Anything of Satan. So now you can see we're all criminal and full of sin because we're following devil. The Messiah never did that. So devil now mash him up because it's the will of the Almighty for things to work a certain way. Well, he did his job, his work. No one else can do, just him one. The Messiah do a great work. And if you have to die on a cross, he'll do it. He don't mess around. He can put his life down and he can take it up again. It's up to him. Believe on him, yes. But believe on the right names. We have to find out the right names. Let's start university instead of some devil church foolishness. Let's start an organization, all of us, and it's a university. And we all put the money in. We can do it in the West Indies, South America, Africa, the Middle East. Black America, where can you start a university in Black America? Where? That's of the Almighty. If we collectively have our own university, we all put, what? £10 each, $10 each, $20 each, £10 each, whatever currency, match it up, and we all put money down who are loving of the Almighty. We do it for our people. Our money, our builders, our plans, our foundations, our raw materials, everything. We plan where we're going to do it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Plan something. Something big, a university that helps our nation to grow. Now, we don't talk like that. We talk like little children. Let's talk about building something big. And we work on it ourselves. Start to finish. Same with our kingdom. It's an easy thing to do. But no one's talking about it because everybody's interested in chasing the white man's money. Let's get the dollar. Let's get the euro. Let's get the pound sterling. That's all people are doing. Well, let's make our own currency then. Let's start our own banking system. How about that? Oh, now you can't think for yourself because you're thick. You're doing everything because you can't think for yourself. Let's have our own kingdom. Let's have our own empire. Let's have our own country and nation. Let's have our own systems of education and banking. Now we've got to think for that. So now we're stuck. Oh, how do we do it? Oh, I'm not a clever black man no more. Oh, I'm a thick N-word. Oh, what can I do? Pathetic. That's what it is. You have to start somewhere. It's easy to start an army. It's easy to start a government. It's easy to do anything. But the thing is, how many people are dedicated to do something? Very few. Talk about it, yeah, if they can do that. Does it cost anything to set the rate of tax? Let's have a low cost of living. Let's have a low tax rate. Because we're starting off. Let's start up the farming first, construction work, mining, quarrying, road building, and everything we need. Start it off first in our country. Go West Africa to be a slave in West Africa, Ghana. Are you sick? Are you stupid? Why work for a foreign government when you're doing the same thing with white people? Don't you understand? They want to use you to build up the place because they did the same thing in America, West Indies, wherever. Let's use these thick N-words to build up our West African countries, which are poor, dirt poor. Make them come all over here, and in how many years' time, 7, 10 years, we'll give them citizenship. That is a load of crap. You're a citizen already of a country. It's called Yah Israel, of the Almighty. That's your kingdom. The kingdom to come in the Bible, that's your kingdom. Why you want to be a slave for a next man when they're only going to get destroyed anyway for what they did in the past? No African is going to survive licks. None of them. Nobody in the Middle East either. Nobody in Europe, same way. Because the army commanders know who to destroy. The end times is all about war. It's not even World War III. It's worse than that. So you got World War III, and then you got the end time war at the same time. Then you got natural disasters. No one knows how it's going to be, how bad it's going to be. It's going to be bad because the governments are evil. It's about crushing everything of Satan. That is a serious war. The Messiah coming back, don't get it twisted. Evil's gone when he comes back. It disappears, it melts, it burns. He comes back, bam, finish. Look around, where's Satan? Where's evil? Gone. Coming like a thief in the night, and only the Father know about that. Am I the only person that understands that? The Father only knows that day. And the Messiah is coming like a thief in the night. What's that sound like? They sound like ninja, an assassin. They sound a bit like that. You don't know where and when. Bam, you're going to get it. Come on, it's warfare. It's warfare. It's the end of Satan. Satan don't know what day it is. Doesn't know what the time is. Nothing. It catches everybody unawares doing what? Devil works. Devil nastiness. Devil system. Devil knowledge. Catches everybody in that zone. So it don't matter. You do or you don't know something. You're in that zone. You're finished. Don't even get it twisted. The end times is not a nice thing. Not for the people on the receiving end of it. So you take one punishment, end times. One punishment, yeah? It's one storm. It affects everybody. But it has two effects. Those in the system of the Almighty, it just washes them clean. Those in the devil system of Satan, it melts them. They burn from within. All of this, boom, goes up in flames. Just a pile of ashes on the floor. All of it, satanic, pile of ashes. You see a pile of ashes? That's where a man was. Pile of ashes, that's all it is. End times. The Messiah doesn't tolerate no sin, death, and decay. None. You're in that devil zone, you're finished. The Pope, finish. Religion, finish. United Nations, finish. Nations and capitals and countries, finish. Armies, finished. Don't share power with nobody. Bam, gone. That's the day you don't know about. That is coming like a thief in the night. It's everything, all this bullshit Babylon, European, Roman Empire system, Greek system, and all the rest of the empire systems that still exist, and the families, because the families do exist of the Roman Empire. The families do exist of the Greek Empire. The families do exist of any empire. It's people and families. And there's families that are in charge of it. Look at Russia, the Tsar. Where's this family today? All the kings and queens in Europe, where are their families today? They've got to be somewhere. The king has got to have a maid somewhere. He's banging her hard. She had a baby. The baby's not royalty, but yes, it is, because it's coming from the king. And he's banging how much wenches in them days. Marrying how much underage girl in them days. Same with Muslim. With their prophet or anybody else. All these families still exist. So the royal family of the Judah, right, the Israelites, that family still exists. Because all of the families are royal by birth. But there's one tribe singled out for royalty. First it was Benjamin, Saul, and then King David second, and Solomon, and so on. Judah. But Levi is also a princely tribe. Levi, Aaron, and his children, but that's a priesthood. So the Israelites have everything. But what are they looking about that? Look about what, not so much you're this tribe, that tribe. Look at it collectively. What is it collectively belonging to the Almighty? So once you get all that right, the Almighty can simply tell you what tribe you come from. Easy. But first, get the spiritual part right. And then everything else fits. The Urim and the Turim. White people don't have a clue what that is. A device to communicate with the Almighty. How can you say words with a stone? How can you receive communication with a stone? Oh, here's one stone, there's the other. So you've got two stones in your hand, yeah? Oh, there's one stone, there's the other. How are you now going to calculate what is, put them to your ear and yeah? It sounds like a communication device more than two stones. Oh, yeah, two stones in your hand, come on. What, bit of string attached to them? Yeah, okay, Almighty, yes, I will do that. Two stones in your hand, come on. That technology then. Electricity is not a hard thing. Copper wires are not a hard thing. Building something that can, store electricity is not a hard thing. What happens when a bomb drops on it? It goes, bam. So how many people know how to build a house, make bricks, make concrete, do electrical work, can do gas pipe work, water pipe work? How many people know all that? So you need all them skills to have a society. So how many people know how to make a ship, a plane, a car, helicopter, tank, or whatever? Very few people know how to. The house you're living in, can you build it? No, you can't. Some people can. Can you make a brick? No, you can't. Some people can. Can you make concrete or whatever? Some people can. Look at all the waste plastic. You can do a lot with plastic. You can definitely drive on it. Put it on the road, mix it with tarmac or whatever. And there's some people doing that. Why not put all the waste plastic and drive on it? If it cracks, you still got mix. You still got lots of mix. It dries, cracks up, heat of the sun, whatever. You can still pour something on top of that. It'll be long lasting, that's for sure. It ain't going to wear out in no quick time. So just put all the plastic on all the roads, that's it, problem solved. See the deserts? Produce water in the deserts, problem solved. Farm in the deserts, problem solved. Do anything you need to do, problem solved. So in a devil system, it does not solve problems. The system of the Almighty will solve a problem, any problem. So when are we going to get serious about that system and not the devil system we're in at the moment? Roman Empire is a devil system. Greek Empire is a devil system of Satan. Synagogue of Satan is collective. Khazars call themselves Jews. It's a falsehood because it's not spiritually connected to the Almighty. So it's devil system. It is spiritually connected to Satan. Satan's children, as in Genesis chapter 3. Khazars and all the people in this world are of Satan. Those of the woman, of the man, and of the Almighty, her children, are the 12 tribes of Israel later on. So there's a difference in the children of Satan and the children of the Almighty. And they go to war. Keep it real. That's a day you don't know about. That's a coming like a thief in the night. Because there's two sets of children fighting. And who's going to win? The Messiah. Who's going to win? Archangel Michael. Who's going to win? Gabriel. Get the names right. In the original language, you can say all that. Do it. Please. Let's educate each other. Let's do something before it's too late. Anything. Am I hiding? Are you hiding? They want to stop it. Of course they do. But they're not in charge. We are. We decide here. We decide this, these, nose, eyes, throat. We decide. Our decision. Executive decisions. National executive decisions. I'm making a national executive decision by doing this. Government, simple, plain. It's got to start somewhere. My mouth's big, as you can see. Let's start our own government. Let's start our own race of people. Let's start our own country. Let's do something more than we're Afro-Caribbean and African-American. And yeah, we'll do something different. and call ourselves something. And all those that don't want it, fine, you don't want it. The thief in the night's coming for you. Outside of the Almighty's business, you are stuck. You're in a wilderness. Where are you going to get your food from when World War III starts up, or your drugs or your alcohol or whatever it is you want? How are you going to go to your office and work when there's no country you're living in? Gone. Ashes everywhere. Can't do much with a pile of ashes. Fertilizer, that's all that is. Mix it in with a bit of potassium. Whatever. Yeah, Israel, let's get serious. So what I'm saying, let's think for ourselves. Think for ourselves. Do we need white people to think for us, or Asian people, or Chinese people, or anybody else? Do we? Have we got it here, up here, to do it? You know they're going to do whatever they do. They'll only produce devil system, I promise you that. Don't matter how long you live, it's only devil system they will produce. And they call themselves Jews or whatever they want to call themselves, Christian, whatever. Devil system of Satan, that's all they can do. And they're Jews and Christians. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Devil system of Satan and you call yourself whatever. Come on, keep it real. You either got the system of the Almighty or devil system. Real easy, real simple, ain't it? Where's the complication? None. You want me to start talking in parables? Yeah, right. I can write a few. Anyway, I'm gone. One love, peace, and all the blessings of the Almighty rain down upon my people. Believe. John chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. That's me. I'm done. One love. Shalom. Ya Israel of the Almighty.